I'm back. Road Rants on kooky ass Hollywood. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Join the Road Squadron. But first, here come the drums. Okay. So, as we all know, Charlie's Angels bit the big one over the weekend. It debuted at like $8.5 million or some shit like that, right? By comparison, I went back and looked. The McG Charlie's Angels that came out like 15 years ago debuted at $40 million, and the sequel debuted at $37 million. So they were bona fide action hits, okay? And you know what they were? They were also fun. So kooky ass Elizabeth Banks has come out and decided to blame men for the failure of the movie. This is from Fox News. Elizabeth Banks suggests that the reason her Charlie's Angels reboot failed to make a splash at the box office was because, quote, men don't go see women do action movies. It got its ass beat by Ford versus Ferrari, which grabbed $31 million. She, of course, wrote, produced, directed. She ran and starred as Bosley, by the way. I mean, she ran the quad runner of clusterfucks and crashed this whole thing, right? By the way, Captain Marvel made $1.1 million. Wonder Woman made $821 million. But then she went on. Oh, and she also threw in, if this movie doesn't make money, it reinforces the stereotype in Hollywood that men don't go see women do action movies. And then she went on to explain that the only reason that movies like Wonder Woman and Charlie and Captain Marvel makes money is because they're comic book movies. By the way, Aliens, anybody? Sigourney Weaver? That ring a bell for you? You know, that's a strong woman. Ripley. Linda Hamilton. T2. Anybody. You know what? For that matter, Terminator Dark Fate, Sarah Connor, was a pretty tough old gal. I didn't love the movie, but she wasn't the problem. Okay? I mean, good God. These people have their heads in the clouds. How about you cast a bunch of gals in the movie that all are built like 15-year-old boys? Nobody wants to go see that crap. I don't. Yeah, Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Demi Moore played a bad girl. They're hot. Fucking kill us for it. I mean, really, they're hot. Who cares? Okay? Yeah. Charlie's Angels was hot chicks kicking ass. What's the problem there? Well, I mean, what has become the problem? It's okay for dudes not to be dudes, women not to be women. And you know what's funny? A bunch of women, I saw the demographics, went to see Ford versus Ferrari. You know why? Because fucking Christian Bale was in it. And they want to see dudes racing cars. Aquaman, anybody? You remember the majority of people that went and saw Aquaman were in fact women. Why? Because Jason Momoa. Ha! I mean, that road runs both ways. Hollywood, you are completely out of touch with the rest of the country. It's shocking. You've all turned into a bunch of Hollywood fart-smelling idiots. You sit around and smell your own social farts, and you love it, and you think the air smells so good, and then you make these movies, and they fall on their ass. You compromise the story of said movies for your political messages and your social messages, and the movies flop. I mean, come on. Let's just be real. And the entire let's also keep going with the narrative. The entire country made a statement when they voted Trump in the office, specifically despite these people's asses. That's being real. It was a pushback against people just like this. The country said we had enough. We're not offended by everything. And to hell with it. You know, if he offends you, we're voting him in. Just to prove a point. Because in fact, in real life, people are not offended by everything. I'm going to tell you right now, women in Texas are not offended by dudes wanting to go see hot chicks kick ass. Women in Texas are tougher than that. And they don't get offended. And you know what they do? They go with us because they want to see the same damn thing. Don't come to Texas because you won't make it. You just won't. It's just we don't get down. We don't get down with this crap. Suck it up. Show a pair. And you know, we can't stand political messaging in anything. We don't want to hear it. We want to go see good stories. We want to go see good movies. We want to go see good writing. We don't give a damn if it's man or woman. If it's a good story, we're going to check it out. And we're going to support it, and we're going to get behind it. You know, you might be surprised what Terminator Dark Fate would have done if John Connor was still alive right now. Elizabeth Banks, if you not changed Bosley, and you maybe got some real women to play in these parts instead of a bunch of little girls, and people like Kristen Stewart that you look at and you get nauseated at, people might have went and saw this movie. You know what it didn't look like? It didn't look like fun to me. So it didn't go. And evidently I wasn't alone.